Hey, Guitar Hacks. I'm going to call today's episode The Experiment. So what I've got here is I've got my the only two heads that I own, is the Hughes and Kettner Tubemeister 36 watt. I did a video on that one already. The Marshall Origin, which I've done a bunch of videos on. This is the only cab that I have. It's the Hughes and Kettner 212 with V30s in it. So the experiment is basically I'm gonna A/B these two amps, and I've set up basically the way I would set up for a gig. So here's all the pedals that I use, and I just want to go through, check a few things out. I don't know if you have this issue when you gig in the bars, but sometimes you think you got a certain sound and then you play in the bar and it doesn't quite sound like that. And you're wondering, is it the gear? Is it the thing? Is it the amp? Maybe I haven't got it set up well enough. So I've got a pretty big gig coming up on Saturday. So I just want to do a bit of a sanity check here. Make sure the heads, first of all, decide which head to use. Make sure everything is sounding good. Make sure my pedals settings are good. Just make sure I got a really good tone, because it always gives you a little more confidence when you've got a good tone when you're playing out. The guitar that I'm going to be using for this is my 2005 Les Paul Standard, which is what I'll be using this weekend. All right, so let me get set up here a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay. So it sounds like I got a pretty good bass tone on the Marshall. So I'm going to start adding some effects now. So there's no reverb on that amp, so I'm going to add some reverb. A little bit much. Put on a little bit of OD, some Marshall, Governor. It's a little trebly. Sounds pretty good. Try my other overdrive here. Sharpen that up a little bit. And then my super heavy OD, see how that sounds? Check the tube screamer, see if I get a good boost out of that. So there you go. So that's the Marshall sounding really good. And again, it sounds great here. Hopefully it'll sound great at the gig. Now I'm going to quickly try the Hughes and Kettner and finish off this experiment. Alright, I got the Hughes and Kettner fired up. This is my bass tone before pedals. I've got a little bit of reverb on already. Make sure. Okay, reverb should be off on the amp. Okay, so let me run through the pedals again. Let's see how they sound with this one. Start with the Marshall Governor. Brighter, a little thinner sounding. Try the other, the plimsoll. So that's super heavy. Sounds with the gain on for a boost. Super treble. Let's turn that down a little bit. Still super treble. Okay, so that's the experiment. Never done this before. Tried both amps back to back with the pedals. I gotta go back and review some of these sound clips. If you got any suggestions, or if you think one sounds way better than the other, let me know. Yeah, this was, I think, it was a pretty cool idea. This is kind of simulating a bar the best I can. Got this set up in the basement. I'm sitting way back where, you know, where I guess a first patron closest to the band would sit, just to get an idea what it would sound like. And yeah, I'm pretty happy actually with both amps. They're pretty damn close. I would say that just the Hughes and Kettner just defines everything a little bit more. Kind of makes it a little, you know, as a result, maybe a little thinner. But Marshall seems to be all beef all the time. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think, and post any comments, and please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, if you got a bunch of gear, try doing this at home. I think it's a good way to spend an afternoon. Take care, guitar hacks. Cheers.